Thank you for joining us for this information session on the SMARTstart program presented by Community Futures Central Alberta. My name is Melissa Burles and I am the program coordinator at the office. I will be presenting an overview of the SMARTstart program so that entrepreneurs and mentors can make an informed decision about their involvement in the program. Our presentation is about 30 minutes and we should cover everything that you need to know about the program, but if you still have questions at the end, we've included our contact information so you can reach out to us. So during the presentation, we'll provide a brief background on the SMARTstart program, share some key benefits of the program, talk about the ideal entrepreneur and mentor applicant, tell you what is included in the program, review the time commitment and key program dates, and talk about the application and selection process. And again, if you have questions after you watch this video, our contact information is included at the end. Before starting the presentation, we acknowledge and honor that the land we work and live on is located in the Treaty 6 and Treaty 7 regions. This area is the traditional lands of the Cree, Niitsitapi, Blackfoot, Tsuut'ina, Stoney Nakoda, Saulteaux, and Métis people. So if you don't know about the SMARTstart program, it was originally developed and launched in Airdrie in 2014. After they experienced some success in that region, it was expanded to other areas of the province through a licensing agreement with Community Futures Centre West. And in June 2020, a stakeholder group was established in Red Deer with representation from partner agencies to plan, implement, and deliver the program. Our stakeholders are Central Alberta Regional Innovation Network, the City of Red Deer Land and Economic Development, Red Deer and District Chamber of Commerce, Central Alberta Economic Partnership, Alberta Innovates, and various regional municipalities across the Community Future Service area. Our first cohort training took place in Red Deer from September 2021 to May 2022. And the program is funded locally by Karen, the City of Red Deer, MNP, and Warren Sinclair LLP. So why choose SMARTstart? I think we all know that the failure or success rate of new businesses, whether in Canada or anywhere, is somewhat daunting. In Canada, whether a business starts with one or more employees, the failure rate is 33%. And there's obviously a lot of reasons for that failure, but one of the underlying themes is inexperience business management, and lack of experience and knowledge to run their business. And even as firms age and management experience increases, that lack of knowledge and vision remain critical contributors to failure. And that's why we think that having that business training is so important. Business owners with education in entrepreneurship or previous entrepreneur experience have an 80 to 90% chance of success with a new business. And that's really at the heart of why SMARTstart was created. We want entrepreneurs to grow their business in our communities with a team of colleagues, mentors, and professionals guiding them through those early years. The more supports that we can provide new businesses in our region, the more success that they're going to have, and that's really what this program is all about, creating success for entrepreneurs. And the program does deliver results, both locally and provincially. So in year one, we had 8 registrants, and all experienced some level of growth in their business. So 13 jobs were created and or maintained. 4 out of 5 participants who started the program with an idea launched their business, which means they had a concept and by the end of the 8 months they had launched their business. 2 out of 3 participants who started the program as an existing business are still in operation. So what does that mean? We see a few different sets of numbers, and it's important to realize that success comes in different forms. So for some participants, the program allows them to gain greater insight on their entrepreneurship dreams. So we saw 4 to 5 participants started the program with an idea, launched their business. That doesn't mean that the other person is not going to launch their business. They just weren't ready at this time. Same thing when we look at the 2 out of 3 participants who started the program as an existing business and are still in operation. What happened with the one who is not in operation is at the end of the program, she realized that her business model wasn't producing the revenue and the results that she was hoping for. In the meantime, she'd also received a lucrative employment offer, and that was a better fit for her at that present stage in her life. So again, it just allows the entrepreneur to figure out what is best for them without investing a large amount of time and capital into a product or service that's not going to generate revenue or bring them the personal satisfaction that they're looking for in their work. These results achieved in year 1 are similar to what has been seen in other communities. So in Airdrie, of course, they have been running for a little bit longer, but out of 59 program participants, 16 started a business, 23 expanded their business, and 20 have continued their business, and 11 have put their idea or business on hold. So again, very, very similar to what we saw. A lot of them start the business, they expand their business, they continue their business, or they realize now is not the time for this business. So when we look at who the program is for, there's 2 types of applications that we accept. We accept applications for entrepreneurs and applications for mentors. So for the entrepreneurs, there's 2 types of entrepreneurs that we look for. You can either have a business idea but not yet be in operation, or you can be an existing business in operation for 3 years or less. And no matter which of these categories you fall in, you must be at least 18 years of age. So if you have a business idea but not yet in operation, why would you join SMARTstart? Well, for one, it is an opportunity for you to determine the viability of your concept as a business idea. So again, you're not investing a lot of time and resources into something that might not produce the results that you're looking for. And you would be considered in the idea stage if you're not generating sales. And if you're an existing business that has been in operation for 3 years or less, why would you want to join SMARTstart? Well, again, to arm yourself with the tools and resources to ensure your business succeeds. With access to training, mentorship, workshops, there's lots of opportunity to grow your business in a supportive environment surrounded by colleagues, mentors, and business development professionals. There's a real wraparound service component of this program that really helps with the success rates. And another quality that we look for in an entrepreneur is just being self-motivated. And you also have to have the time necessary to complete the program requirements. In a few slides, we'll talk about the time commitment and when the program is delivered, so you can help make that decision. But you really get the most out of this program when you give it your all for those 8 months. In terms of the type of businesses that we accept, They can be home-based or brick-and-mortar stores. We accept owner-operated franchises, partnerships, and you have to reside. The business must be based within Central Alberta. And the only type of companies that we don't accept are multi-level marketing companies. And just a couple notes about owner-operated franchises and partnerships. So if you are an owner-operated franchise, it's the owner-operator that must attend the program, not a paid staff member. And for partnerships, up to 2 partners from one business can participate in the program. You will submit 1 application form per partnership, and both names on the application. But each partner will pay the registration fee, and each partner must complete all components of the program. So what that means is you can't have one partner who does the online learning and one partner who attends the workshops. You both must do all components, and then you submit 1 plan on behalf of the business. Also, it's not industry specific. So in our last cohort, we had retail sector represented, personal services, agriculture. So it doesn't really matter what industry your business is identified as. For mentors, we're looking for somebody who wishes to share their experience. And so we like to see people that have 7 or more years of business operations. And if you're retired, that's okay. You don't have to be actively participating in your business. We also like you to be local to the Central Alberta region and be knowledgeable about business in our area. We all know that there's lots of things that you can learn on paper, but it's the insider tips and tricks that are usually most beneficial. So we like you to have a good working knowledge about the business environment in our area. And we also ask you to understand and value the importance of business planning. For our entrepreneurs, the end product of the program is the creation of a business plan, a strategic plan, or a viability or a feasibility study, And so being able to provide feedback on those documents as they're submitted to you over the course of the program is really helpful. And it also will help reinforce the concepts that are taught during the program as well around business planning. So let's talk a little bit about the program. So the cost is $299, and that covers our licensing fee to Community Future Centre West and the cost of the online training. So there's no added cost built into the program. It's just to cover training and licensing fees. The 3 components of the program are self-directed learning, workshops from industry experts, peer-to-peer networking opportunities, and one-on-one mentorship. So the theoretical knowledge is provided via the Go Forth Institute and the 100 Essential Small Business Skills program. So this is an online self-directed learning. You have access to this platform for 1 year, so from September to September. And it gives you lots of time to complete the 15 modules. So each module has a series of short video lessons. They're about 15 to 20 minutes each. And then there's also an ebook, worksheets, and quizzes on each topic. The videos are very, very engaging. They're quick, they're to the point, and they're very, very beneficial and impactful. And then we also have workshops. So those are led by industry experts, and they're based on topics from the Go Forth training. And what the workshops are for is to enhance your knowledge that you get from the online learning. So we talk about things like taxation, how to set up your small business to create the greatest tax advantages, and also some common pitfalls to avoid. We have a presentation by a lawyer, so we talk about legal matters. It's insurance, how to set up your business, both for your life and disability insurance as well as commercial insurance. So maybe you have vehicles. One example that I love to give is from our cohort last year. The business model was leasing snowmobiles, so they were renting snowmobiles. Well, they were having a very, very difficult time finding somebody to insure them. We had the presentation on insurance early in the program. She was able to connect with that local expert, and within a short time, she had insurance coverage for her business and she was able to move forward. Without that information and knowing where to go, she might not have been able to make that contact and that connection in the insurance industry. So we put you in front of people who can improve your business. So the workshops are delivered over the lunch hour from 11:45 to 1:15. And because of COVID, we had to do all virtual, but we're going to do a mix of virtual and in-person sessions this year. The peer-to-peer sessions are a chance for the cohort of entrepreneurs and mentors to interact in a more informal setting. So we discuss topics such as human resources, customer retention, and other topics that are relevant to the success of any business, but maybe aren't covered in the online training or the workshops. And like I said, more informal. It's based on the interest and the needs of the cohort, so we have some flexibility to tailor the topics to the group. So those are really fun opportunities to connect. And then, as I said earlier, the key program deliverable is the completion of a business plan, a feasibility study, or strategic plan, along with pro forma financial statements. And again, that's where that mentorship component comes in. You also have access to our business analyst at Community Futures, and she will help you decide which of the three options is the best fit for your business. You are more than welcome to do a business plan and a strategic plan, or a feasibility study and a strategic plan. You can do more than one if you choose, but our requirement is that you just complete one. Another thing that's really helpful is there's lots of checkpoints throughout the program. So there's certain timelines associated with when you have to submit your plan, when your mentor will provide feedback by, along with your financial statements. There's check-ins from me, the program coordinator. So we always make sure that you are on track and getting the most out of the program. So I've touched a little bit about time commitment, but I'll just review it in more detail. So the program runs from September to May, and we have a celebration event in early June. The expectation is that you attend 1 to 2 workshops per month. Because there's 11 workshops and only an 8-month program, sometimes there's more than one workshop a month. But again, it's not arduous. They're an hour and a half long. We expect you to attend the peer-to-peer events, again, just for the networking and connection opportunities. We ask that you engage and meet with your mentor to complete your plan and financials. And one thing that's important to note is there is a mentor-entrepreneur agreement that's signed. And so at the outset of the program, you and your mentor discuss how often you will meet, what you will discuss at those meetings, which manner you'll meet in. Will you meet by phone? Will you meet for coffee? Will you meet in person? So those are all laid out in the entrepreneur mentor agreement, and that just protects both parties. So the recommended amount of time to spend on the program is 40 hours. And that allows you to attend all the workshops, attend the peer-to-peer sessions, meet with your mentor, and then dedicate time to complete your plan and financials. Obviously, we want you to finish your plan and submit it, and then attend the celebration event in early June. And I always say you get out of the program what you put into it. And the more engaged and active you are, the more you will benefit from it. And I can say after seeing a year of the program, that is absolutely true. The entrepreneurs that really had a strong relationship with their mentor had the greatest success in the program. And the same can be said for the mentor. Obviously, there's a little less of a time commitment for you. Again, program runs from September to May. We love having our mentors at the celebration event in June, so you can congratulate your entrepreneur for the hard work. You are invited to attend the workshops if you're interested. It's not a mandatory requirement, but we know that the topics covered are just as important to established business as they are to new business. So you are included on the invite list for those sessions. Attend the peer-to-peer events. That's where your expertise will really come in. Again, talking about those different topics that are everybody has different levels of success and skill at developing, so any insight and advice that you can provide to the group is greatly appreciated, and those peer-to-peer events is a great spot for you to share that knowledge. Obviously, engage and meet with your entrepreneur to review the plan and financials. Provide feedback to your entrepreneur in a timely manner. There's a lot of work that goes into the development of these plans. And we just want you to be respectful of that time and attend the celebration event in early June. And the statement I said about the entrepreneurs is just as relevant for the mentors. You get out of the program what you put into it. The more engaged and active you are, the more you will benefit from it. And usually what we find is it's about 30 hours that the mentor puts in over the course of the program. So I've thrown a few different timelines out, and I just wanted to highlight what the program timelines are. So we've had a couple information sessions during August. There was an online one earlier in the month, and we also have an in-person date for August 17th, and we are also doing this recording for those who couldn't make either of those sessions. Our application deadline is August 26th, and the following week is when we will be doing the selection process. We will be notifying applicants the week of September 6th to 9th. There's 2 orientation sessions that we ask you to attend. There's one designed for entrepreneurs and one designed for mentors, and that's September 14th and 15th. The program launch is on September 21st at the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame, and that will be in the evening from 7 to 9. And that's a really fun event. That's where you actually get to be matched with the entrepreneur and mentor. We do a little bit of a speed dating event, and you can get to meet everybody. You pick who you would like to work with, and it's really a fun event. The seminars will start in early October. Most likely after Thanksgiving is when we have our first session, and they run until May. The online learning, you get your access code in September, and we ask that that's completed by May, but you do have access to that for 1 year. So the next ones are the dates that we talked about for those check-in points. So we ask that you have your draft plan submitted to your mentor by January 13th. And then we usually ask that the feedback is provided by the end of the month. The second draft is submitted at the end of March, and again a couple weeks later if you could get that feedback to them. And then the final plan is submitted May 12th, and our celebration event is scheduled for June 7th. So if you have any questions about these timelines, we encourage you to reach out to our office. To apply for the program, it is an online application, so you'll have to visit smartstartyourbusiness.ca/community/redyear. And again, the application deadline is Friday, August 26th, 2022. And just a little note about how applications are collected. We use JotForm, and it can't be modified once it's been submitted. So we ask that you dedicate about 30 to 45 minutes to completing your application so it can be done in one sitting, because you can't go in and you can't save it and then come back to it. Also, we ask that you be as detailed and thorough as possible when completing your application. The selection committee relies solely on the information in your application to understand your business or your idea and determine if you're a good fit for the program. So don't worry about going overboard. The more we know about you, the better it is for us to make a decision. We have some optional supporting documents. If you have them and would like to submit them, we encourage you to do that. If you don't have them, that's okay. For the mentors, we do ask that you submit a resume though. For entrepreneurs, anything that you have related to marketing materials, your business plan, if it's a draft form, market research, anything that you think will help us make a decision about your participation in the program. And I'd just like to make a note about confidentiality. All the applications that are collected are kept confidential and are only viewed by the selection committee and program organizers, all who have signed confidentiality agreements. So even those on the planning committee sign confidentiality agreements, so everything you submit is held in the strictest of confidence. So we have a selection process in place. So members of the stakeholder committee will review the applications as well as staff from Community Future Central Alberta. If we need more information, we may contact you for an in-person interview or a telephone interview if we think we need more information. And we make that decision, all of our decisions, based on a predetermined selection criteria. That's one thing. When the program was started and sent to us, there is selection matrices that we need to follow. And we're looking for both entrepreneurs and mentors who are willing to commit and be engaged for the duration of the program. And just a little note about if you're not successful, either as an entrepreneur or a mentor. We do have limited spaces in the program, but we will let you know if you were successful or not. So we will not leave you wondering if you've been accepted. And if you happen to not be accepted, you can still access the services of our organization and our partners. So you can still access our business analyst for help with business planning, your lending, your loan questions, other training opportunities. All of those are still available to you. And sometimes we just don't have the space. Sometimes we don't think that someone may not be a fit for this group that we're working on. So there's a lot of different reasons why you may not be accepted, but if you feel strongly about our decision, we encourage you to contact us and we are open to discuss that. And that is our overview of SmartStart. If you have questions about the program, you can reach out to me directly. My email is mbrills@albertacf.com, or you can call me at 403-342-2055, extension 203. And you can visit the program website at www.smartstartyourbusiness.ca/community/Red Deer/. Thank you again for joining us, and we'd like to just acknowledge our sponsors one more time. So thank you to Karen, the City of Red Deer, MNP, Warren Sinclair, Alberta Innovates, Red Deer and District Chamber of Commerce, and CAPE for all your support and help growing this program in our region. Thank you.